Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Jeff and today we are going to have some fun playing Magic. And the fun thing that we're trying to do today is we're doing a budget Gruul deck. So now that we are coming to the end of Ravnica Allegiance as the main set, we're getting into War of the Sparks. I know that you guys aren't as interested in a lot of the decks. A lot of things are going to be changing as spoilers come out, everything like that. But we still want to be playing Magic. We still want to be having fun playing Magic. And so I'm going to bring to you guys a lot more of these budget style decks, things that are good for you to kind of piece together that will be a little bit cheaper. If you guys are trying to get into paper Magic, get into some stuff. Also, what I'll probably be doing in the future, if you guys want this, is like take some basic core pieces. Like for instance, Wildgrowth Walker, Merfolk Branch Walker, Jade Light Ranger. Like that core piece right now is going to be somewhere in War of the Sparks. Like I just guarantee it. Like those are still good cards. It's still good, like 12-piece combo. I'm going to be doing a lot of like decks that are around those things but change, maybe budget versions around those kinds of pieces, or things that will still make good decks. So let me know down in the comments below things you guys are interested for this next month, because I don't want to do things that really don't interest you at all as we're coming into a new set. But I still think that playing the game of Magic is still fun to do, but I want to be doing things that are actually interesting to you guys. So let's go ahead and get into this deck here. So this is a budget Gruul deck. So we have its budget in a couple different ways. So budget first off with price, because we are running Rhythm of the Wild and Light Up the Stage. It's not crazy cheap on paper, just because I think it's like it's still under $20 though, so it is cheap. But and Lana Royals I think is $1 as well. So like those ones, with those, if you already have some, if you need to go down a few pieces, it's totally fine to make it even more budget. But overall, this deck is 0 rares altogether, so it's really budget on Arena as well as budget on paper as well and everything. So anyway, let's get into this deck. What we're trying to do here is just ramp up turns 1 to get some good creatures down, trying to get to Rhythm of the Wild as soon as we can if we have it. Then we bring all of our creatures in with haste or with counter, and just do some really crazy things with this deck. We're playing all of the common, uncommon creatures that are just big, powerful, beefy, and they do amazing with Rhythm of the Wild. And we're going to do a bunch of other fun things with them, like Savage Smash, swing in with a bunch of creatures. We're also playing 2 Street Riot, which is so fun. And I don't think anyone has been playing it at all. But Street Riot, as long as it's your turn creatures you control, get +1/+0 and have trample. So a lot of our creatures already do have trample. Like we have our Frenzied Arnix, and we have Charging Monster Sword. Like our big end stuff already does have trample, but a lot of our smaller things can get pretty big. Like where is he? Zertog Goblin. If we have 2 Rhythms of the Wild, or even 1 Rhythm of the Wild out already, it becomes a 4/4 for 2 mana, which is awesome. Merfolk Branchwalker kind of can do the same thing, because if it has Riot and it gets a counter off the Explore trigger, then it can get pretty big really quick. And we have these extra points of damage that can get through if we had trample. And so Street Riot actually is a pretty good thing to drop at the end. We have a big board and we could swing in. We need to get through like 3 or 4 more points of damage, and it's a good way to finish out the game and do some awesome stuff. Sunder Shaman I actually am a big fan of in this deck, because it can only be blocked by 1 or more creatures. It can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. That's the way it's said. But whenever it deals damage, combat damage to a player, it also destroys target artifact or enchantment that player controls. A lot of artifact enchantments are really relevant right now, so this is actually a big threat that people have to get rid of. A lot of times it can take, especially if people are playing Experimental Frenzy or anything like that, they're going to be having to chump block. They might spend 2 spells to kill Sunder Shaman against mono red. It might force board wipes, things like that. So we do have to be careful of those things. But overall, this deck is pretty awesome. Let's get into the gameplay, see how it goes, and wish me luck. All right, so we are doing a constructed event, because I noticed that whenever I play more budget style decks in normal play, I don't want to take this into rank necessarily, because it's just a little bit different format that I feel like constructed event gives. Because constructed event gives you enough jankiness and things that are like, okay, we're taking this main thing and kind of twisting it. That's what I like running into in constructed event. So we are doing that, but you also don't run up against the decks that are just like mirror matches that the normal play tends to kind of put you up against. So let's go ahead and try out budget Gruul and see how this goes in the constructed event. All right, up against Chulo Fuego, and we're playing a budget Gruul deck, and we got to mulligan that one. I think we need both colors with this deck, because that's why we have Merfolk Branchwalker. We have Evolving Wilds as a way to make sure that we're hitting our lands here as well. And we'll keep Llanowar on top. Opponent's going first, right? So we Yeah, we get a good start here. Rhythm of the Wild would be the best draw off the top. If we can, we want Rhythm on turn 2. Just the best thing. Ooh, Hunted Scoundrels. We're just gonna. Oh, we have Rhythm of the Wild too. We can play Rhythm after striking him as well. So let's just do that. Give me your Scoundrels. 2 treasures, yes please. Rhythm of the Wild. Green and red. Yes. And pass the turn. All right, now if we find land, then we have a pretty big RNA that's going to be coming in. Yep, grabs the Collision Colossus, which is good. It's a way to kill Kite Self Rebooter at least. But we're going to be swinging with some big stuff. Ooh, and Savage Smash. So can only play the Branch Walker for now, so let's do that. As Riot, I'm going to put a counter. I'm thinking I want to get bigger against this deck. Keep that on the library. That's actually a pretty big creature for the moment. So no attacks, pass the turn. We're just going to create a lot of big stuff. Especially if they're playing Wanted Scoundrels. Okay, the cast down. All right, swings in for 1. We could get back the Collision class. I don't think we need it though. I'd rather hold on to that for something bigger. So let's see here. Counter. Do we want to start putting in more pressure? Or do we just want to make stuff really big that he has to deal with it? Let's give it haste. We have Savage Smash that we can do the next turn. We can swing in for 4. Down to 16, pass the turn. And let's see what this deck is. I'm still kind of interested to see it. All right, Lava Coil. All right, I'm glad that we got in for damage then. Down to 18, Guild Gate. Just Sorcery Speed. I think I just want to hold on to it for now still. Getting back the Collision is nice. Opponent's not been able to find their 3rd land. Wanted Scoundrel. A Forest. Let's get down a 5/5, why don't we? Stops their Wanted Scoundrels, no attacks, pass the turn. We can Savage Smash him and make a 7/7 to be able to swing in with and get treasures. You know, we get so much value out of just killing him. I'm not sure if I want to block here, because like guaranteed he has the Death Touch Pirate or something like that. So I'd rather trade off favorably if we can with that. So let's first off Savage Smash. You get some treasures. All right, they didn't have anything there. I guess the Direfleet Captain is only attacking creatures as well, but they must not have had it. All right, so Merfolk Branchwalker. We're going to give it haste here. All right, land off the top. Not as cool. Swing in. Down to 6 and pass the turn. And we actually have enough mana to pump here now with the treasures. So we have a pretty big board that they're going to have to deal with. We can do 8 damage with RNX. All right, Wanted Scoundrel. And I think we just have lethal here. If they swing in with Kite Cell. All right. Ooh, and the Colossus. Okay, yeah, we're in good shape. So Forest next. Swing in here and here. All right, so blocks here. It does have Trample. They block both. Yeah, Wanted Scoundrels first. Colossus just gives us lethal, right? Here. So, yeah, we're just going to do that. We could also hit through with this guy as well, but there we go. I mean, opponent was stuck on 2 lands the whole time. But, I mean, he let us ramp up with the Wanted Scoundrels as well. I'm thinking that might have been a... I feel like Wanted Scoundrels is a good risk in the Pirates deck sometime, but so many people are running Lightning Strikes that it's not that great, really. You could be playing it if you're playing the Sarkin's Ceiling or whatever. The the card that does damage whenever you play a creature with 4 power or more. It's a 2 mana way to do 4 damage to anything, and that makes it worth it. But not before then. All right. Not too shabby, not too shabby. We have Light Up the Stage. I guess this is pretty shabby. We don't have any threats early game. We have Light Up the Stage to find them. We have a couple slow turns at the beginning, so I'm okay holding off with this one a little bit. We do have removal for at least flying stuff. Evolving Wilds past the turn. I think we try to grab Forest first whenever we can. So Forest. Are we playing up against the same deck here? All right, that's not bad. We at least are getting our stuff going here. We could have held on for the collision just to hit like a Kite Self Rebooter there, just in case they were playing it. All right, Forest, and we're just going to light up the stage here. We kind of wanted to play Sunder Shaman for the next turn anyway, but this at least gives us some options. We get through the top 2 cards of our deck. We can play that Forest. Actually, we don't even want to. But it's actually, we're okay with getting that out right now because we're kind of flooding. All right, Grixis. A Chart a Course. Discards a Phoenix. All right, so this is the Phoenix deck. And actually, that means that Collision will be really good here. All right, so I'm just going to play the Mountain. I'm just going to play Sunder Shaman. It's a big enough threat by itself. We can take care of a flyer, get in for 5 points of damage. It's not a terrible creature here, and we do lose the Lightning Strike, but I don't feel like we're losing much with that Light Up the Stage. All right, Goblin Electromancer charts the course. So we'll probably smash Savage Smash here. So Llanowar. They could have a Cast Down here. Savage Smash here to you. I want to get in for a big hit here. They could have Cast Down. Okay, Shocks the Llanowar, that's fine. Okay, swing in for 7. They don't have any artifacts or enchantments. We get to Spectacle, light up the stage, and find a Street Riot. I mean, okay. It's not amazing. It does give this guy Trample, though, for forever now, which is good. They don't have... A Drake really isn't terribly scary right now, either. We're more scared of just burn spells to kill us and bringing out Phoenixes. That can be bad. Okay, there's a Crackling Drake. It's a 4/4. Okay. So I'm debating here what we want to do. Do we want to just kill it? Zerta Goblin is actually pretty good. If he blocks and we Colossus, we don't get through as much damage altogether. But we might get a double. Let's swing through first. We can kind of decide afterwards. I'm not going to put the Zerta Goblin hasty here. I think I'd rather have him bigger. All right, so it does block. So now we just Colossus in case they have the dive down. All right, Ops makes him bigger, but we just made our guy have more toughness, so it doesn't die. Yep, 9/7. Does 5 damage still. Zerta Goblin. Puts a counter there, put a counter. We do lose the Street Riot, but which would be nice at this point, but I don't think it was necessary. I feel like that's the biggest issue with Light Up the Stage in this deck is whenever you find the bigger cost things. At the same time, it's kind of nice to get past that and get to the Zerta Goblin, you know, that kind of stuff. So it is good. All right, they can kill the Sunder Shaman here, which they might need to from what I'm seeing. So we're going to have to kill RAL afterwards as well. Or just keep applying some pressure. Do they have anything else here? What do we find? Llanowar? Not the best of draws. So I am going to kill RAL here. I think that they're going to have an answer for Zerta Goblin here eventually. We're just trying to get out enough threats. Like, really what we want is to find charging monsters for the next turn if we can. Keeping Zerta Goblin alive if we can. Just getting in bunches of damage. All right, radical idea. Radical idea. All right, they're just getting out the Arclight Phoenixes. How many do they have right now? There's 1, 2. Lava Coil. Okay, yeah, they do have the removal. Phoenixes come out. Swing in for 6, I believe. They're going to kill Llanowar as well. I feel like I would hold off on that, especially because I already showed Merfolk Branchwalkers, things like that. I don't feel like Llanowar is that big. At the same time, we did have Colossus, which means any creature we have can be pretty bad. All right, so... Ooh. Should hold on to that, but I'm just playing it to show him that I'm flooding out. Bummer. A Tormenting Voice. Unfortunately, because we are a budget deck, we don't have Carnage Tyrant. We don't have anything that can be more hexproof. Ravager Worm would be awesome here, typically. Excuse me. Radical Idea. Did they find any other ones? Not yet. Holding up a blocker, which is pretty smart, especially when we're going to find things like charging monster swords and such. Okay, swing in. I think he has to block here. Yeah, so it only takes 3 down to 5. That gives us lethal on board, kind of. If they swing in. Crackling Drake, okay. So now we're looking for another Colossus. Collision, actually. Another Crackling Drake. Yay. Alright, swings in, and that might be the game. The fact that they had 2 of them there, and the mana to cast it was pretty bad for us. Alright, Merfolk Branchwalker. Yeah, Graveyard, and they already know they have us now. We're going to swing in, killing one of them. Double blocks. And opponent has us. Man, that was a bummer. I feel like we were actually doing pretty well against the deck. We drew a few too many lands. We even got through quite a few of them with Light Up the Stages, which they did what they needed to do. We also didn't have as aggressive of a start, which I feel like this was the deck to actually have that aggressive start. They did also have removal for a lot of our early creatures as well. So Drakes did what they do. I think the Grixis version of that actually did pretty well for them, having the cast downs and everything. So not too shabby there. But I feel like we were still holding our own against the Drake deck. With a budget deck, so not too shabby. Okay, Frozen Throne, awesome. And we can find land for Rhythm of the Wild, but then we don't really have creatures. We do have removal though, and we have a draw here to find something else. I'm going to keep this because it's not bad enough not to. All right, Evolving Wilds actually kind of helps us out here. That is land. We get to find what we want to. I'm going to go for double green before I find more red. Where's Hob Enforcer? And green. Forest. Another Evolving Wilds. All right, so let's actually probably just Lightning Strike here. I'd rather get down Rhythm of the Wild to make Merfolk Branchwalker bigger. So past the turn, we're going to Lightning Strike as he attacks or something like that, so that he the Afterlife token has Summoning Sickness. I'm actually okay with taking 1 point of damage here, but I do want to get rid of the Death Toucher. So yeah, let's go ahead and kill it. even if they bring out something else here, we have the collision to hit Sarah Angel. I'm worried that this might be a divine. Ooh, nothing. All right. Rhythm of the... No. Cancel. I said Rhythm of the Wild. Come on, grab the right one. There we go. I'm glad that that has an option there because I totally clicked the wrong thing. All right, Rhythm of the Wild. That gives us a hasty Llanowar Elves. We also can just make it bigger. Okay, Ill-Gotten Inheritance. Okay. We're actually looking for a Sunder Shaman now. That would actually be pretty good. All right, so let's Llanowar Elves. Do we want to make it hasty? We don't really have a way to draw cards here, do we? We can play Collision Colossus that way, but I don't think that's necessary. So let's just make it bigger. Put counters. I am going to go hasty with Branchwalker, though. Okay, Gruul Guildgate. I should have played a faster land there. I guess we do have Llanowar for Charging Monster still. Which Charging Monster with Rhythm of Wild is just so good. It makes it a 6/6 with haste and trample. Like, that's just broken. Alright, now we can't play it, but that's fine. Yes, we can play it. Alright, so 6/6 with trample. Yes, please. Put a counter on. All attack. Yes. Down to 13. Alright, Charging Monster Sword, so good in this deck. If we have multiple rhythms, it's amazing still. Alright, opponents had a lot of removal. They are an Ill-Gotten Inheritance control style deck, it looks like. So, let's get down... Let's get down the Evolving Wilds. We want to get more basics out of our deck. So, Frenzied Fella. Give it a counter this time. Haste this time. Swing in for 4. I'm going to go ahead and just grab it now. Grab a Forest. Just so I don't forget. Pass the turn. Down to 15. Okay. So we're looking for a Sunder Shaman. Sunder Shaman destroys Ill-Gotten Inheritance. That's not bad for us. We can just pump Arnix each turn to him now. Okay, so they do have the Charging Monster. It's bad. We have the Colossus to kill it. I think they're trying to decide if it's better to go aggressive here or hold back. I probably would go aggressive. I don't know. They're pretty low as well, though. I'll be swinging for 7. Yeah. All right. They know we have one of these Gruul Guild Gates. All right, swing in. If they don't block, we just pump it. If they do block, we Colossus. So they do block, we Colossus. Get in for 3. Pass a turn. The fact that they're blocking there makes me... And they went for Rise from the Grave and everything. It makes me feel like they don't have removal, or they didn't. Hopefully they didn't draw it here. Cleansing Nova. All right, well... Come on. All right, pass the turn. I only have 22 lands in this deck. I feel like we found a lot of them. We have 20 creatures, which is quite a bit. We could maybe we could go up a little bit higher. We have 12 non-creature spells. Some of them are card draw. Rhythm of the Wild is good. Yeah, I don't know. All right, pass to my turn. Well, Street Riot. We just have to hope that opponent doesn't kill us before we actually find a threat. Everything that we have here does make our threats bigger and better. Every creature, regardless of if they get a counter or not, will now be able to kill the Barrier of Bones at least. Ill-Gotten Inheritance is... Okay, that's pretty cool. We need to find... We actually don't have Lava Coils in this deck. We have Lightning Strikes instead. Alright, pass the turn. Probably should actually bring in some lava quills. Kite Cell Freebooter. Okay, Resolve. I actually want to hold on to the Colossus here instead. So we'll go ahead and strike you down. He does get a look at the Colossus. So now he knows that we have it. We can do lots of damage whenever we want to, which means that they're going to need to block eventually with stuff. So if we find any creature, we're in pretty good shape. They could have cast down. Yeah, pass to my turn. And we just keep finding lands. All right, pass the turn. I feel like if we have been able to find threats over our spells, like if we drew better in this game, we'd already be done. Like we would have already won. Sunder Shaman would be amazing here. We're down to 6. Gonna go down to 5. We basically have 2 turns to find something here. So we have a blocker with the Collision Colossus. Actually, they have us with Ill-Gotten Inheritance. They don't quite have us here. Beginning of your upkeep, so we would go down to 5. Did they have a Sanguine Sacrament? Okay, down to 2. If they have a cast down, they've got us. Yeah, okay, they got us. Yeah. Opponent's got it all. We'll make the Taste of Carla a little bit bigger. And there we go. Yeah, I mean, Ill-Gotten Inheritance was doing its thing, but I felt like we had so many good draws against it, and just putting on more pressure. They did run into Ross's Contempt at some point and stuff like that. So 1 and 2, let's see if this deck can at least get us to 50-50 before we're done. Which, I mean, I think that's pretty good for a budget deck if we can do that. I'm doing the constructed event because I wanted to show how the deck actually performs here as well against decent decks. Right, Calyxa. I can spell great. All right, I'm not going to hold up this shot because I really need to get down the Gruul. But we can find more lands. We have a big threat later on. We have Shock for removal and just good blockers. Also good threats. And yeah, I think we're in okay shape. More mountains is not what we're looking for here. I mean, we can get up to our Charging Monstrosaur now. All right. Mountain and Branch Walker. Is this the Teamer Reclamation deck? I think what we need to find ways to destroy artifacts and enchantments, right? This is a way to be a little bit more aggressive. Does this deck play Niv-Mizzet as well? We're gonna go Graveyard. We have more of them. I just want to be putting on... I mean, that is 7 points of damage right away. So I don't know if that was better to keep. But I feel like we need to find other pieces to our puzzle here. All right, Forest is good. We're going to play... Actually, we really don't want too many more lands now. We already found Evolving Wilds. All right, let's go to combat first. Down to 15. They did shock themselves here, right? For that. Is this like a syncopate or something? Growth Spiral. Okay. Doesn't explain why you shocked yourself still. Maybe they had a fog. Or Shivan Fire. Okay, there we go. Alright, well, at least they let one get through first. Play the Evolving Wilds, pass the turn. And we have found so many sneaking lands. We're only running 22 in the deck. And looks like we're too many. Yep. Reclamation. We'll grab Forest because we have just so many mountains in hand. And they've seen one of them, so we can play it. Another Branch Walker. I guess I should have swung in first just in case they have Fiery Cannonade. A Sinister Sabotage, Resolve. Hopefully they don't have anything for this Charging Monstrosaur. That is the hope, the dream. We can actually do quite a bit of damage here between the next couple turns. We might be quick enough against the Reclamation deck. They do have a Wilderness Reclamation out, though. And if they go to their end step here and cast a massive Explosion expansion, then that's bad. Yep, looks like they're doing it. They're not going to be able to kill us, but they draw lots of cards. All right, holding up a Sinister Sabotage, it looks like. They're casting an X... what is that? A 5? Just going to kill the Branch Walker. If I target my guy first, does it actually cancel the target? They still get the target player draws, right? So it doesn't actually matter. Because it targets two things, that it'll hit the second target still. All right, see if I can draw out this Sinister Sabotage. We have to run out Charging Monstrosaur just to try. Well, we could try to go for Street Riot first, I guess. All right, they're clearly holding it up, but it could also just be like a mind game. All right, maybe a Root Snare. Let's it through. All right. Well, that's why you try for it at least, right? Is in case you actually do get damaged through. Okay, there's Emisizzle. Okay. Yep. Another expansion explosion probably here. Or Chemist's Insight, draw a ton, ping us down. Street Riot actually gives us a chance to... Alright, they're looking to just kill our Charging Monstrosaur now, it looks like. And yeah, once Emisizzle's out, I don't think we really have a shot. If we find a collision on top, then we'll do it, but... Yeah, Chemist's Insight, that kills us. Kills him. Yep, one there, draws two more, kills the Monstrosaur. Yeah, we'll see what we find on top here first, because with how aggressive our deck can be, we have ways. But now I think we're just done. And we'll concede. Well, that one didn't go as well overall, I felt like. We ran up against... I felt like we were being very aggressive. We just didn't have the means to close out the games with this one. So let's go ahead and play a couple more just in normal play. I want to see how well it does here. So it didn't do great with that. We'll probably play like 2 more games just to see how it does in normal play. But that, I mean, I like Constructed Event because that's kind of how an FNM feels like for me. Like that's kind of how I want decks to feel, is like, does it do okay in an FNM? So we're up against Mitos, Street Riot, Branch Walker. We have a lot of our janky stuff here. Like this is actually a good hand. We'd like to find more creatures, of course, but we have ways to find them. We have ways to find more lands if we need to, or get them off the top. And opponent's down to 5 cards. Going first, that is good. Ooh, and we have Rhythm of the Wild turn 3. Like, this is the setup that we want. This is good. And then we have Street Riot the next turn, which actually is pretty good. And then pretty much from then on, we just have a good setup. Okay. Llanowar. They could have All right, so Rhythm. Bring it down past the turn. Hopefully they don't have Conclave Tribunal here. Karn. Interesting. Okay. Martyr of Tusk actually might be more annoying here. We're okay with a Thallid. If they have more spores, that I guess it's not as good, but we're gonna kill Karn here on this turn. Okay, so Forest. Can we actually kill him here? If we get a counter on Merfolk Branchwalker, then we for sure kill him. So Haste, get a counter, Shock. We'll keep that on the library. They've already showed us that that removes a lot of things. So next, we'll swing in here with Branchwalker. Strike him down. Karn is usually so hard to kill, but I mean, at this point, I feel like now we're doing okay. Spore Swarm would be annoying. We can get down Street Riot and Shocks. Conclave Cavalier, okay. Let's just Street Riot. It does have Vigilance. We can swing in here now. It creates 2 guys, though, so they definitely have the upside. And it has Vigilance. We might just need to do it earlier than later. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Swing in. They trade off. They get the tokens this turn. We have a Shock that can deal with them. That was kind of my thoughts, is that we at least have an answer for it. Tristani would be really bad here, though, for us. Spore Swarm. Okay. Down to 15. Your deck's doing what they want to be doing. We need to hold on to the Shock for the Spores, the Thallid, whatever, this guy. Okay, played the Arnix. Counter and counter. Just make it big. Play Guildgate past the turn. We're looking for light up the stage or something like that here to get us back into this game. We need to go wide enough that we can deal with all of this stuff. All right, Martyr of Dusk. Yep, resolves. That's fine. You probably ought to go aggressive here, just swinging in. All right, they do not. I think we need to hold on to the Shock. So pass to my turn. Charging Monster Sword is not bad. We're going to keep the Shock up. We're not going to swing in with Llanowar. Charging Monster Sword, get a counter. It's a 7/6, and we can kill stuff that blocks it, so I'm actually going to go aggressive here. They want to block with a lot of things. We can probably Shock something to get a favorable trade here. Or kill an extra thing. Alright, so Elf Knight. I guess Elf Knight to the bottom, because I'm going to kill that. Okay, so kill that. Down to 10. There we go. They got rid of a lot of the spores that we were worried about. If they have migration, then we're still in trouble, but we can keep doing that. Okay, migration. There it is. Yep, they got all of the pieces. It's annoying. Lightning Strike again. Do we swing in with Llanowar here too? We can just go really aggressive here. And if they let any damage through, we just Lightning Strike, I think. Or we can hold up pumping here. And not swing with Llanowar. Okay, so the odds of getting them down far enough here. They have 1, this is kind of 2, 2, 3, 7, 8, 9 damage worth of blockers. We have, even if they block all out, it's so good for us that I think that it's okay, even if they trade off with the Llanowar. All right, so that's not enough to kill it. Do we just Lightning Strike here? Just blocking there. Let's see here. I mean, I think that we win either way because we get in for 9 points of damage here. They gain 1. So next. Yeah, I mean, I think they didn't block enough anyway. Oh, they gain 1 life back and Lightning Strike. Okay. All right, perfect. Well, deck is looking good outside of this, and that actually wasn't a terrible deck altogether. A little bit more budgety as well. Let's go one more, and then we're going to call it after this one. But overall, I'm liking the deck. Like, it really is a fun deck. I think that it has potential. And it is, like, this is where having better rares and everything like that is good. Because, like, we don't have a strong 3-drop, really, with this deck. I had to go with Merfolk Branchwalker because all of the good 3-drops in these colors are rares or mythics even, or whatever. Like, Captain Lannery would be good. There's a bunch of things that would be great here. Ah, man, we do not have green mana, which we have more of that than we have red. So a forest in the next 3 turns makes this deck insane. This hand insane. I want to keep it. I'm going to keep it. It might be terrible, but we have a draw. We have a couple turns to draw here. All right, so play Mountain, pass the turn. Evolving Wilds would work okay. Anything? Yeah, we'll see. All right, so Sulphur Falls. Uh-oh. Guys, it's not working. Even if we find this, the Rhythm Wilds now, we have to also let it resolve, make sure it resolves. Hopefully they play a Drake or something here. No, 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 not a mountain. Oh, man. We have so many slow lands that if you find one of those now, it's going to be pretty bad, pretty devastating. At the same time, though, like, this is such a stompy hand. Like, with rhythms out, hopefully they're playing like a control deck, and all of a sudden all of our stuff can't be countered. Yeah, I mean, if we get down rhythm this turn, they might have negate or spell pierce. All right, find the Gruul Guild Gate. It is a slow land. Pass the turn. I don't know, guys. I don't know if we have a shot. It's River Discovery Dispersal to draw a card. They must have like a Crackling Drake here or something, because I feel like they'd be trying to fill the graveyard here. Maybe they're just trying to dig for Phoenixes. All right. Well, let's see if they have a counter. I mean, they should. All right, Evolving Wilds. Rhythm. They don't have it. All right. Well, Evolving Wilds, crack it now just because I want to. I want to find that stinking forest that we should have had on top. The nice thing is all of our stuff can't be countered now. Everything comes in bigger, so they're going to have to use multiple removal spells for a lot of our creatures. In fact, we can even go for another Rhythm of the Wild. I think I will go for Charging Monstrosaur first, though, because that's just so powerful. Or we go for a 5/5 Zertog Goblin. Like, we have a pretty good... Ooh, is this a... if I'm seeing this stuff, this looks like a... what's it called? 1000-Year Storm deck. So let's see if they found the lands to cast it. Or if they found it, because they're putting away lands. 1000-Year Storm. Hopefully they don't run Unmoored Ego here as well. That'd be bad. Sunder Shaman gets a lot better here as well. They haven't flipped Search yet. So Sunder Shaman might be worth using just to get rid of that Search for Iscanta. Another Evolving Wilds, K. I'm going to try for Rhythm of the Wild here first. Just make all of our stuff even bigger. Zerta Goblin. Gets to ride a few times. Counter. We'll go Hasty this time. I do want to get it in damage. Get rid of some removal as well. Swing in for 4. Down to 16 Evolving Wilds and pass the turn. And next turn we have, let's see, how much land do we have? A mission briefing. Okay. Going to grab. What do they grab? Dispersal might not be terrible for them, just to bounce back our rhythm. Make us discard something. We haven't seen any creatures at all yet. Brass's Bounty. Yeah, this is definitely a 1000-Year Storm deck. So they're just digging for the 1000-Year Storm. Yeah, we're gonna crack it now just for fun. Another forest, please. Okay, grab the forest, pass turn. Or not pass turn, but yeah. Alright, what you got, what you got? Flips is Kanta, which means that they can go digging for the 1000-Year Storm if they don't have it. Alright, so now we have to find a Sunder Shaman, I think, to win. Which would be great if we can find it. Yes! Oh my goodness. Oh, this is just brutal now. Alright, so haste once, counter, all attack, yes. Destroy that 1000-Year Storm you've been looking for forever, yes. Oh, that's so mean. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Alright, Sunder Shaman doing what it needs to be doing. And that might just be game. The fact that they can't counter the Monster Sword for this next turn is pretty good as well. Yep. Alright, shocks themselves. Yeah, okay. So they're conceding. What all did they have? They were showing us just how many shocks they had. Okay, yeah. And they had the search for his content to find another something. So opponent probably would have killed us on the next turn. But super fun. Alright, well, we're gonna call it there with this deck. Budget Gruul, Sundering Riot or whatever. That's a good name for it, right? So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much, and bye-bye.